Welcome to part two of Basement Quality Banter, episode 46, starring Caesar, Angus, and some bald guy.
Hey.
I think we were about to just wrap up our beer awards talk, and it just got us thinking. Caesar was just mentioning how much he's enjoying his farmhouse brisette, and we were just discussing. I still have a scar from. Oh, look at that! No, put that down. Um, well, I just mentioned a scar that I still hold from a beautiful Currumbin Valley farmhouse that decided to win gold and slip out of Caesar's hand, and yeah, we were just mentioning that my days of stewarding, I still have a scar to show for that.
That thing's
Emotional scar by the
exploded.
sounds of it.
Yeah, I was more upset about the beer than the three stitches I needed in my hand. Well, part two, I've gone and grabbed a hiker because I was there today out of the fridge, and I got another can of the Explorer, the West Coast double IPA 9%. So luckily, I don't start work till 7 to 6. I don't start work until early tomorrow morning, so it should be all right. Have you nearly finished off? Oh no, what have you got there, Caesar?
Oh, I do have a new one ready to go. The Scarborough Harbour. It's actually a Mariner mid. So
Yeah,
one of my
nice.
stewarding packs again.
Sounds good.
Scarborough. Yeah, I mean they always score pretty well. They've won it a few times. Or last year I think, or the year before. And they're a good little Queensland brewery.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think
quite
I've been
tasty.
up there yet, but yeah, they always punch
Mm,
above their weight. And
Is there a
mm,
brewery right on the harbour there?
yeah,
Do they
yeah,
have like outrageous views of the harbour? Yeah, I've been
yeah,
wanting to go
yeah,
there.
yeah.
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 And Angus is sipping the best from Bathurst, the
Yeah,
the, the
talking about
reckless.
firing some memories. I drank 11,000 of these at the Bathurst race last year.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you have to bury it in the bury it under so you can get a few more in?
No, no, well, you're allowed a carton a day.
yeah,
So I think I only got 2 cartons of it. I didn't drink that much.
yeah. They don't let you bury the stuff anymore. They watch for that. They
Yeah.
take all the fun out of everything. So,
Oh, it's nice.
Did
uh
you guys,
yeah,
going way off topic here, did you guys ever see Govs' setup? He's got some old farm. Michael McGovern, who
yeah,
used to
yeah,
work at
Yeah,
Blackhawks.
yeah.
He had
yeah.
some old F truck or something, and he swapped one of the fuel tanks out to
Oh,
be
oh, oh.
refrigerated keg. So he drove this truck in and then had beer on tap at his campsite.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
That's
That
fantastic.
that loose unit,
Genius.
absolutely loved it. I brewed next to him a couple of times, and yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah. So Angus, what beer news do we have this week?
I've got a few kind of smaller ones to rip through.
Yep.
Um, Podfellows in Geebung apparently is sold to new management, and that changeover happens in April. So they're encouraging customers to come in and empty the tanks prior to that changeover, which would be a nice surprise to new owners coming in and all the tanks being empty. They also mentioned they're doing a renovation as well, so it sounds like the new owners are putting their stamp on the venue and then opening in April.
Weren't they just recently part of Brew Tiki or Tour de North or something of that? One of those?
Um,
Because I know we got Beer Muda this weekend, the
yeah,
hiker one, but I think Woodfellows
oh,
were
Brutiki.
yeah, Brew Tiki was Happy Valley. I could be wrong.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed their beers. Their English beers were always on point. They were really good. And the first couple of times I went there, I really enjoyed the homebrew vibe in taking home 500 ml swing tops of beers.
Yeah, nice.
really really appealed to my homebrew, but I think they're pretty sure they package their stuff properly now.
Yeah.
So hopefully they keep the brew staff and the English beers stay as good as they are. Always well worth the trip there.
Lovely.
Um, modus operandi, I bring back former tenant Red RPA,
Ugh.
which was a massive favorite of mine.
Yep.
Was that 2012 that was kicking around?
Think
It was
of
a while ago.
DJ McCready, now of Mountain Culture. That was his baby, and on my Instagram page, I think it was my 1000th beer and my 2000th beer. I've always loved former tenant.
Hmm. Yeah, so I have no idea if that's taproom only or whether it's getting national distribution. The article didn't say.
Smaller cans
But it
though,
is.
they're only going 375, not the 440s. But if it's
Boo.
as good as it was, I don't care.
I'll
Yep,
still take it.
yeah,
Yeah, that and I haven't seen their Imperial IPA in ages, but I drank a lot of their Imperial IPA.
yeah,
That was in the big can as well.
yep. All of the MOs were all in the big cans. Yep.
Good on them. Next one, Bolter turns 10 this year, and they've been splashing that all over Facebook, and they've got a blog post out highlighting some of their favorite memories from the last 10 years. So I plucked my favorites out of that.
Yep.
Their Big Slab advertising campaign, which I think was
I
probably
won.
one of the first.
I won a
It's
big
probably one
slab.
of the first craft big like advertising campaigns from a craft brewery that I remember.
Yep. Yeah, I took a photo of me trying to hold up um, when they first started. Well, after they were purchased by CUB, they put the Bolter sign on it at Yatla, and I went and parked on the highway and pretended I was holding up the slab from the Yatla sign, and they sent me a slab of XPA for that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they've done some great stuff.
Yeah, the other two things I picked from their choices, when they received their invite to the invite only Firestone Walker Beer Fest in the US. So
Yeah,
I remember that being pretty massive. That was
that's
cool.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually that reminds me, I've done a top 10 and top 5 in a while. My number one choice of Bolton memories in the past 10 years, Tins of Glory.
Yes. Yeah. They've done really well with that. I've seen some amazing stuff with Tins of Glory. They actually put a post up on their page. What has been your favorite, Bolter beer over the last 10 years? And they had a double IPA. It was called Dimples in a big can with the green bar, and that was an absolute cracker of a drop that Scotty Hargrave made. And I think that was the best one they ever did.
Man, I missed that one.
Mm,
Bugger.
yeah. And you had something about Stomping Ground,
Stomping Ground.
with its campaign.
Yeah, so they've raised just under $1 million in 7 days in their crowdsourced fundraiser. So on average, each investor has paid in about $2,300. So there must have been some serious money being thrown in because the minimum buy-in was $500.
Yeah.
So if the average is 2,300, I got to assume there's a bunch of people throwing in 500 and a bunch of people throwing in way more than 500.
Yeah.
And yeah, they list the breakdown for the use of funds, being $1.2 million for new venues, $100,000 in brewery capex. What does $100,000 get you in terms of brewery equipment for someone of their size? Seems like a fairly small figure.
That's a forklift. Yeah.
Yeah. Forklift and your safety buzzers and
Yeah. Some high vis
warning
vests.
signs and
Yeah, some
OH&S crap.
high vis cones. Yeah.
Almost a test kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It might be
small batch.
That's okay. That's a C box and a DMA, and that's it.
One interesting thing that I took from it, and I'm far from knowledgeable at all about these kind of investments and investing at all, really. But I noticed that a fair chunk of that new funds from this crowdsourced funding was going to go back to paying shareholder loans. So, whilst that's great for the shareholders that hold those loans, I just kind of wonder how that adds value for new investors.
It doesn't.
Um,
And after looking into the numbers that are available as part of this crowdsource fund, they've lost $2 million in the last 2 years.
Oh,
Um, I'm not
Choice.
absolutely, I'm not absolutely privy to absolutely everything, but I'm surprised if they're not trading insolvent. There's been some massive. Their cost of goods is through the roof. I don't know if that's got to do with wages, airport, what the airport renting for their place there, but
Yes.
it's scary. The numbers that they've
$2 million.
openly been honest and open. This is where we're at. This is where we want to be. And if people still want to invest in that and think that they can dig themselves out and provide something, I just didn't realize they were in that much pain. And to be honest, it's really scary reading. I urge everyone to have a good look at those numbers if they want to invest. I hope we don't lose stomping ground. I hope they can push through this, but it's not good reading.
Yeah, I think I mentioned before. It's very hard to prove insolvent trading.
It is,
Um,
especially when you've got
and
a capital. So yeah,
yeah, you'd be mad. You'd be mad to do that as a director.
yeah,
Like the
no,
like the penalties.
no. They look. I'm not saying. I'm not privy. I'm hoping that that's not the case. It's just the numbers do not look friendly. So hopefully that's not the case and they can get out of it because I love Stompo. Like yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and like we've mentioned, I don't know, a million times before, this crowdsource funding is really an emotional investment where people want to throw some money into their favorite brewery and yeah, get access to the annual launch party for or 10% discounts or whatever it is. Um, then I don't really see it as a vehicle for making shit tons of money.
No,
It's
it's a
more
passion project. Yeah,
an emotional investment to get access to cool stuff for as long as it
yeah,
lasts.
it's almost like buying a VIP package to a brewery rather than
yeah,
necessarily expect anything back from it.
yeah. And if you go in with open eyes like that and you're happy with that, great,
Yeah.
brilliant, good
Yep.
for the brewery, good for you. Happy days. Yeah.
Mm.
So, how's the around the beer world with Angus
I've got a bit of a long one this week.
this
Um,
year?
this
Jesus,
week.
gonna take that long? Fucking hell! Hang on, I'm just
So,
gonna make part three and part.
so I've, unless I kind of choose the country explicitly, I use this random country selector. And so 2 weeks ago I did Israel, last week I did Iran. So I went to like this week I'll just go random. Went to a
Yep.
random thing and it chose what was it, the Arab Emirates. So I'm like, that's too close. So
And
I did
then,
another random, and we're traveling across continents to Mozambique this week.
lovely.
So located in Southeast Africa with a population of 31.2 million people. Their national language is Portuguese. Fun fact, they have the only national flag in the world that features a firearm on the flag. It's an AK-47 Kalashnikov, and is a nod to their 407-year struggle against Portuguese colonization, which they eventually won their independence in 1975.
With
There was a
the
bit of internal war for 20 years or so
with the
after that,
Russian
but
with a Russian made gun from 1947. Yep, nice.
yeah. A couple other
Yeah.
interesting facts. Mozambique is known for its traditional piri piri spicy sauce, which is where the term peri peri sauce comes from. So
Ah,
Huh.
that originates from Mozambique's spice culture. All right, enough with the tourist advertising. Let's shift on to the beer. So I didn't find too much, to be honest. I'll try and pronounce this. Cervejas de Mozambique is the largest brewery, but it's now owned by Hyper Mega Global Beer Corp AB InBev. Brewery was started in 1932, and it actually still produces some of the beers that they originally did from when they started. So as always, a bit of a shame that AB InBev owns this brewery and it's got such a long legacy and history with the country, but that's the beer industry, right?
Mm.
So I'll read this bit. It's an actual quote from their website. The fun side of beer monopoly. Let's be honest, CDM, which is Cerveja de Mozambique, is about as close as it gets to a beer monopoly. But if you're going to be dominated by anyone, you want it to be a brewery that keeps the fridges full, the options wide, and the quality high. So it's kind of interesting that they're using the AB InBev ownership as a point of pride and something to highlight in their marketing efforts. I thought that was
That's a different way of spinning it, isn't it? I like
weird.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, obviously you think it's a bad thing when breweries get bought out, but no, they're owning it.
Yeah.
So Bazaruto was one craft brewery that kept popping up, and I couldn't really find any others. So that's these guys.
I would be surprised if they import a lot from South Africa, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of mention of
Castle
getting imported,
Yeah.
and there's another big Sappho brand as well.
Line.
But it might have been
It's a different line, but yeah.
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 So at this stage, Bazaruto, their website only lists a dry pale ale, an English IPA, and a red IPA. So it didn't actually talk about why it was a dry pale ale. I assume that it's got a lower finishing gravity, and it's dry. I don't know. So, but whoever's in charge of their marketing is doing a really great job of highlighting the lifestyle in Mozambique. Photos of cold beers dripping in condensation with pristine white beaches in the background. Cold beers dripping in condensation on your 75-foot luxury yacht. Cold beers dripping in condensation at your favorite Marabenta music bar. So I'm left with the impression that Mozambique is pretty hot and much like Queensland, a great place to enjoy a cold beer. I'm keen.
Do you reckon that the marketing manager wrote all of that off just so they could have time on a 75
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Fishing to go, hey, look, we've got to put some photos to this particular line. Let's rent a yacht out so we can go drink, and maybe have a beer or two out there.
Oh, gee, the lighting's no good today. We'll have to stay another day and take the photos tomorrow.
Yeah,
the lighting is terrible.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we'll let Caesar jump in on this one. So we're going to, after my failure last week, let's go to guess the beer in 10-ish questions.
I will say, Luke, I'm with you. Last week, I had no idea. I don't know.
I'd never heard of
him either. No, neither have I.
Okay. I don't feel as bad now.
No.
My apologies, Luke.
No, that's all good. Don't apologise. This is learning. This is exciting. All right, so
much like the beer awards.
You can have a question each, and we'll see if we can nail it down to 10.
You can kick off, Caesar. You're the guest.
Is this an Australian beer?
Yes, it's an Australian brewery.
Interesting. This is your first. Well, this is your first non-US brewery.
Yes.
What question do I want?
No, that's not a question.
No, that's not a question. Are they known for a particular beer style, or just generally known?
Yes, but I can't tell you what it is because it would give it away too early. But they are very much known for a particular beer style.
Would you suggest that they are the leaders, or were the forefront of this particular style?
Yes, known as Australia's first commercial interpretation of this beer style.
Australians' first interpretation.
It's shit telling you that because it is. I'm leading you astray with that answer, but yes.
So this beer style isn't an Australian beer style then?
It is.
It's an Australian beer. So it's an Australian beer style. Okay.
Yeah. Ask me what state it's from.
Right, it's you, Caesar. There's your question.
Oh, it's me. Back to me. I was going to ask what state, but I'm actually already hinting down. Is the style because of the particular hops it's using?
No.
Okay. Not what I thought it was. Okay.
I'm tempted to have a guess. Although, actually, all right, what state are they from? Because that may completely destroy my guess.
Western Australia.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Founded in Western Australia.
Okay. Would you have this episode talked about a beer from that brewery?
Not in this episode, no.
Okay. So no Matilda Bay.
No Matilda Bay, no Little Creatures.
Is the brewery still independent?
It is. It has been bought out, but it's been bought out by a bigger independent.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, now I'm trying to think.
This is fun, isn't it? and painful at the same time. Everyone at home's going, "Oh, it's this."
I'm the worst person. I was thinking about this when I was watching some of the other episodes and going, I know this stuff when you put it in front of me, but I'm horrible on the spot.
Oh, it's tough when you're guessing. It is so tough.
Oh, so I mean, there you go, Angus. I'm
so like
struggling.
Okay. So what year was it founded? 1997. Okay. Australia's most remote brewery.
Yeah, so I was going to sidebar Caesar and say it's not feral.
No. If you're going remote brewery, I'm thinking Broome. So something like is it Matzo or something along those lines up that way?
100%. Matzo's.
Hey.
So, founded in 97 in Matzo's. It originated from a corner store called Matsumoto's, Japanese name there. They still have that the what is it? The kanji symbols on the Matzo's logo as well. Was purchased by Good Drinks Australia in 2018. Now has a place up on the Sunshine Coast. Most famous for pioneering alcoholic ginger beer and their mango beer, but they also do other beers. A lot of their bottling and names come from the Pearl Divers from Broome. Yeah. So we've got someone who actually can pick it. Well done, Caesar. You win the prize.
I'm as surprised as the rest of you.
Yeah. I'll bring them in as a special team when it's my guessing turn.
Well, it was tough because ginger beer is not really beer, but they do beer as well. So that was really tough. So, well done. I like that. And just so you know, it's 2,200 kilometres north of Perth, the original. Jeez. So it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. The third question, I was like, he hasn't chosen Cooper's, has he? Because I was thinking of Australian Pale Ale.
Yeah.
I'm like, Cooper's is too obvious, and that's why I asked the state. Yeah. So I'm like, if it's not Tasmania, then obviously it's not Cooper's. But
because I'd already actually gone the other way.
South Australia. Sorry, I was thinking of Cascade.
Yep.
I've gone the other way. I thought it might have been the Pacific Pale and the Galaxy hops for Stone and Wood.
Nice done,
Yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
Anyway, well done to Caesar and everyone else who guessed Matzo's, and I think we'll see a lot more of them now that they're up the road here on the Sunshine Coast. One really
I
cool
don't think I've
thing.
had their beers.
Oh, you haven't? They do
No.
a ginger beer with chili, and it's
Yeah.
so hot you want to drink something to cool your mouth down, and then you're drinking more beer and chili. It's just you end up having a six pack and you don't know where it's gone. It's just crazy.
Vicious circle. Yeah, I
It
don't like
is, and
ginger, so
it's amazing. Yeah,
Well,
Matzo's make great stuff.
I will say, from their point of view, is I've got friends of mine that aren't true beer drinkers, and Matzo's is something that they will drink.
Yeah,
So it's a good way of getting into it
yeah,
for those that are not so sure on beer.
yeah. Alrighty, so I think that's enough beer news. Let's go on to F1, and you're a fan as well of F1, Caesar?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to actually have a group of friends that we had a one guy in particular that was a big racer, and so we used to do watch parties with this group of friends to the extent that I happened to live at Maruka across the road from his place, and I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to his place to watch Canada.
Yep,
Happened to be the year that took 6 hours because of the rain and that sort of stuff. That was a long morning.
yep.
So yeah, I follow it quite closely. So
So the FIA Battery Management World Championship continues, and as we saw, some people couldn't even start last week, including Oscar again. So Mercedes and Ferrari are definitely the ones to catch. However, the FIA has already changed the rules. So the people who were smart enough to get around the compression ratios, from June 1, they will be measured at 130 degrees C, not ambient, which means Mercedes and Ferrari that had manipulated the warmer temps can't happen. However, setting a temperature may be resulting in further bending of engineering rules. I just think the FIA really messed up on this whole rule set.
well, that gives them 3 months to come up with a new workaround, and everyone else
Oh,
is trying to get the first workaround in place, and so they're still in front. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, so from
but
131 degrees, then they'll start to get better compression. Yeah.
but see that is the one thing that sets F1s apart. F1s is about manipulating the rule set to make the fastest machines they can.
Yep.
So they're not the fastest machines overall. IndyCar are by far faster than F1s,
Yeah, 50
but
k's an hour faster. Yep.
yeah, but F1s are just have the best engineers and are so much smarter about it, the way they do that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So you'll see what happens, but it could yeah, it will definitely change the interpretations. Just
I think it will compress the field. So with the Bahrain and Saudi GPs now cancelled, which will cost the F1 about 200 million euros, the tracks actually don't get fined for a contract breach because F1 cancelled it. But there was lots of heaps of tracks for replacements. However, with the new regs, having a couple of weeks break may be good for those teams that are struggling.
I know Aston Martin will appreciate it for sure. They
Um,
are really, really struggling.
yeah, I just think they need to put some rubber seals on those steering wheels because Alonso can't even hold the wheel; it's shaking so much. So Adrian Newey says that he's not going to change the body; it's up to Honda to change the power unit. So could be interesting.
Yeah, I
Uh,
watched the highlights package of China, and it's almost like Mercedes is in a higher class than everyone else. Like
yeah,
they were just
Oh,
yeah,
blowing those guys away down the straight, like ridiculous,
and
he
there's
ridiculous
rules.
overtaking. It's just
There's rules though; they can't go too far ahead because their customer teams, McLaren and Alpine, and that they can't be, and Williams, they can't be disadvantaged so much. So they've got to be careful that they don't, run away by a lap.
It's
I
actually
read a
more
lot
than
of
that.
grumbling about that.
Yeah.
It's actually more than that. At the moment, Mercedes are very purposely dialing their engine back
Mm.
because there's also an FIA rule where if you are a certain percentage ahead of the rest of the field, all the other manufacturers get a free upgrade, and they don't want to allow that. So they're very purposely just managing the distance between them and Ferrari, especially,
Yeah.
um, just because they don't want to give them too much. But they were also naughty too, because they turned all their tools up for testing, but didn't for the customer teams, and so now they're slowly giving them more stuff, but they're all behind because they weren't expecting the performance that they had.
Yeah. I like seeing the Ferraris sort of at the front again. The Tifosi must be really happy. I didn't mind the podium at the last race in China. Yeah, having Kimi Raikkonen get his first win in a few years was really cool. Even though Kimi Antonelli was probably a bit disappointed that he wasn't now announced. But like the fact that George gave them a photo with Bono, he had such a long relationship with Lewis and everything, and then they all got all the. It was Lewis, Valtteri, and the two Mercedes drivers all got on Toto's plane and went home to the UK at $250,000 for the flight. So, yeah, I'm happy to see the Ferrari actually doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of me for about 20 seconds thought that Lewis could really throw a spanner in the works and maybe pull a win off, but then I don't know, he ran out of battery, I
Yep.
guess.
I don't know how much your highlights package showed, but the Leclerc and Hamilton were actually very, very close.
Wheel to
So it was
wheel
actually
around
some,
corners.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, really good racing between those two, which is what you want to see. Which is the adaptive aero package is fantastic for that, allowing you actually some proper overtakes, even if some of it is Mario Kart battery.
Yeah.
You know,
With the
having
mushroom.
a mushroom under you.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So we got 3 minutes. I'm going to go through rugby league. Do you follow Caesar?
I follow the league a bit, yes.
Yep.
I'm actually a Brisbane Lions member, so
Oh, you're aerial ping pong.
I,
So I didn't like
yeah.
We don't have time for
AFL.
that.
I didn't like AFL until I saw it live. When I lived in Sydney, I used to watch the Swans live from the SCG. It's a great game to watch live. I really don't like it on the telly. All I can say is my Tigers are coming fifth in rugby league, so I'm going to start looking for grand final tickets. Well done to Alex Johnston for getting the highest try scoring record. I wonder how long young Henry's had the 213 beer ready for him. I think it's really cool that Aussie Independent beer can also sponsor a national team. I thought that was really cool. Union for Angus.
Very quickly, Six Nations, some absolutely belting games. What was it? The Scottish game, that was an absolute belter. The French game, absolute belter. England losing, brilliant,
Delta. Yep.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
No,
one of my favourite ads from a sporting field was the Six Nations, and everyone was saying England, 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 except for the English team, they couldn't decide. Basically, the question was who would you want to lose, and it was always England.
yep. 100%. Hey, listen, Caesar, I loved having you on. I'd be happy to have you regularly, and you might bring some stability to our nonsense. So you're quite welcome to jump on whenever. And thank you again, Angus. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our another two-part with the guest. We might have to do something about that. But thank you, everyone, again for listening to Basement Quality Banter, episode 46. Hail Caesar, part 2, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Caesar.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Oh,
Luke.
thank you. Absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you. It was great fun. I'm more than happy to come back.
Lovely. We'll have you. Definitely. Cheers. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.